Consider two people. First would be Brother Bob, and second would be Wesley Wayward. Now, Brother Bob is a leader in the church. He's a deacon. He's a father, faithful father and husband. He serves on several committees. He's well known in the community and faithful in his business practices. He serves wherever there's opportunity to serve. He has for a very long time. When the leaders of the church think of who they need to go to for help, Brother Bob's the very first person they tend to go to. He oftentimes has prominent roles in front of the church. And in fact, if you ask most of the people in the church an example of righteousness and one to emulate, they would say, well, Brother Bob seems to really be doing it well. On the other hand, you've got Wesley Wayward. Now, Wesley hasn't attended church since he was a kid and he visited his grandmother. He knows very little about the Bible and doesn't even know the difference between the Old Testament and the New if you were to ask him. Wesley has a lot of friends in the community, but none of them go to church. And he has a reputation amongst them all of one who knows how to enjoy a good time. Wesley has had countless one-night stands and a number of live-in girlfriends, and though he has some children, he's never married. He's had many occasions where he has been too drunk to even to drive himself home, and he's even experimented with drugs. Wesley has tattoos on his arms and other places on his body that are not appropriate for mixed company, words and images that are pornographic and wicked. Now, if you were to put Brother Bob and Brother Wesley together, I think it would be a safe assumption to say that Brother Bob's location, and if you were to put that on a spectrum of who is more righteous, who is more godly, we would say, well, Brother Bob is certainly closer to the Lord than Wesley is. And based on external, what we can see, that would be reasonable to assume. But if we could see into the heart of these two men, we would see that when we look into Brother Bob's heart, though he did many righteous things for people to see, and he was lusting for the pleasures of the world. He was envious of other people's success. And what was driving him every day was to be successful and the pleasures that success would bring to the world. We would see a man who was outwardly acknowledging the authority of God, but whose heart was ultimately concerned only with his own pleasures and his own pursuits. And if we could see into Wesley's life, we would find a man absolutely broken over his sin. He didn't know a lot about the Bible. Nobody's asking him to teach Sunday school, but he believes it to be true. And so every day he's reading through it, trying to understand what it means and what God is commanding him to do. He's brokenhearted over the hurt and the destruction his sin has caused. He's even canceled his Netflix subscription because he understands that what he's been watching on it is wicked and not worth his time and righteousness before God. He spent an afternoon recently cleaning out things from his home that were stained with sin, CDs and movies and alcohol and pornography. Throwing them in the trash is an act of obedience before the living God. He's never really attended church, but he doesn't understand everything that's happening during the church service, but he sings every song when he shows up as if it was a passionate prayer, a personal prayer of his own, and he's listening intently to the sermon that he might understand what God is teaching him and leading him. Now, the two men are separated by location significantly. We can understand that. But they are also separated dramatically by direction. Brother Bob may be well close to what it looks like to be righteous, but he's turned his back on the righteousness of God, and he's heading toward the things of the world. And Wesley is far away, at least what it looks like, from the righteousness of God, but he's brokenhearted, he's repented, he has turned himself toward God, he has rejected the devil, and he is drawing near to God. And dear friends, here's the point I want to make. I'd rather have Wesley than Bob. Because the Bible says that when you resist the devil, he will flee, and when you draw near to God, he will draw near to you. Who's in a better position? Is it Bob? No, it is Wesley, because he's drawing near to God, and God will draw near to him.